My name is Robert Emmons Jr. For those of you that don't know me, I'm One Aim's organizing consultant. It's my job to help organize this wonderful, brilliant coalition of gun violence prevention and community violence intervention organizations from around the state. We are the state's largest coalition of gun violence and community violence prevention organizations. And we're so honored to have you join. We have a great call with some representation, Paula Hemenek of Strides for Peace, and we're also welcoming our fantastic senator from the 21st district. We'll learn a little bit more about her, Senator Ellman. We're so excited for this coalition call, so you can learn a little bit more about Strides for Peace, and we can also learn about the bills that we've been advocating for, more specifically the Safe at Home bill, which is Senate Bill 8 and House Bill 3688. It's my terrific honor to let everyone on this call know that if you missed it via email, uh, Senate Bill 8 did pass through the Senate. We did a fantastic job as a coalition making sure that we got witness slips in record time and record numbers. So we really truly appreciate you. Now it's our job to get it through the House and turn this bill into something that will help save lives all across Illinois and hopefully serve as a blueprint for the rest of the country. So that's my quick introduction. You'll be hearing from me again not too long from now. But I think we might have Senator Ellman on the call. Brittany, can you make sure you add Senator Ellman to the spotlight? But without further ado, I want to pass it over to our extraordinary executive director, Yolanda Androzzo, for a quick introduction. We may be having some technical difficulties, so bear with us after Yolanda gives us a quick introduction of Senator Ellman.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Robert, our fierce coalition leader. You've done terrific work with making sure we get all those witness slips out for Senate Bill 8. And yes, I'd like to welcome everybody to April's coalition call and thank Senator Ellman for championing Senate Bill 8 and joining this call. I'm just going to give you a little bit of a background on Senator Ellman in case you don't know. Senator Ellman has over 25 years of experience dealing with regulations and policies. She holds a BA in mathematics from Grinnell College, an MA in applied statistics from the University of Iowa, and volunteers for not only Habitat for Humanity, but Feed My Starving Children and as an ESL tutor. I don't know how she has the time to do all of this. She's been a fierce advocate for gun violence prevention in Illinois, and we are happy to consider her a champion in our cause of gun violence prevention. So yes, and guess what? If you didn't know this, I just found this out today. April is Informed Women Month. So I think this is a great time to have Senator Ellman with us. Senator, are you on the call? Oh.
The senator is on the call. We're having slight technical difficulties, but we should be having the senator join the panelist in like 1 minute. So apologize for that. We're just having a little technical difficulties.
Okay, well, why don't we talk a little bit, Robert, while we're having our technical difficulties about Senate Bill 8. Why don't you fill us in on the two pieces of legislation that are combined in this bill?
For sure. I think we got Senator Ellman now.
Oh, good.
We'll check. Sorry about that. 1 second.
Sure. So it combines definitely safe and secure storage and a lost and stolen gun reporting bill. And we're really thrilled. It didn't pass last session, but we're really confident. We're very close to it passing this session. Yeah, many of you filled out witness slips, which was very helpful. As many of you know, we're also championing homicide data transparency bill, which ensures accurate and transparent data of homicide, not only injuries due to firearms, but also to death due to firearms. So you'll probably see some witness slips coming up for those, at least for the data transparency bill, which has been filed, hopefully this session as well. In addition to that, we will be going to Springfield. That's Springfield, the capital, May 20th. So if you have not signed up for that, Brittany, if you can go ahead, we're a little ahead of ourselves, but since we're having technical issues, please drop that link into chat so people can sign up for that. If you are an individual that is that's 30 years old or younger. We are providing $50 stipends for you to join us. Lunch, breakfast, a little light breakfast and lunch will be provided during that trip down there. Last year, we had a great time advocacy day in Springfield, and we were advocating for Karina's bill, which passed. And we had a ton of fun on the way there and back. We sang songs. Not only did we eat food, but we sang songs. And it was kind of like, I would say, like a talent show almost. So please join us for that if you're available. For the month of June, we will also be holding a press conference that you will be invited to. It is in honor of Wear Orange Weekend. It's June 6th. It's going to kick off Gun Violence Prevention Awareness Month, as well as Wear Orange Weekend. And we're going to be releasing our Gun Death in Illinois report, which we're partnering with Violence Policy Center on releasing updated statistics for year 2023. So we're like, more than a year behind, but each year we update that report. And we're very pleased and grateful to be partnering with Violence Policy Center on that. We will
Yolanda,
also be, yes.
oh, we got you. You did a great job stalling. We have Senator Ellman that is now on the call.
Perfect. Well, great. I just filled in. We don't need to say all that at the end again, but no, I think we do. Let's remind people at the end. But yes, well, we have Senator Ellman on the call with us. Thank
Thank
you so
you.
much. Thank you. I've already given you a wonderful introduction.
I actually heard part of it, Yolanda. It was great as a guest, and I had no way of like waving my hand to say, it's me, I'm here. So
Glad
I'm
you're
thrilled
here.
to
We're
be
so
here.
Thank you so much. Well, thank you for joining us, Senator Ellman. And yes, if you can please give us an update on what you're working on and what we can
Sure.
do to help move this bill forward.
Thank you. Thank you. So as you all know, probably know, Thursday evening, we passed in the Senate Bill 8. And it is a gun storage and lost and stolen firearm bill that that raises the age for safe storage in the home from 14 and under to 17 and under. And thrilled about having passed it. It will now go to the House under Representative Hirschhauer's steady hand, and she'll carry it through the House. So anybody who's on this call, you're engaged, you'll be informed probably every step of the way by Yolanda and other advocates. But when it's time for that bill to go to committee, might be a good time to reach out. When it's up for a vote, also a good time to stay informed and to reach out. And I just want to say a little bit about what my experience has been in passing this bill. First of all, the advocates who were involved were key. It couldn't have happened without GPAC and other advocates in making sure that the bill really covers what it needs to cover, but then doing so persevering is the operative word here. We tried to get this passed last session, just never made it past the finish line. Again, we returned, we revamped, and I'm thrilled that we're able to have passed this legislation. Doesn't mean that we're done by any means. This Springfield is an iterative place. So we're just going to be building on what's come before us, and we will be building on what we're doing right now. So I'm just thrilled that I had a part to play.
Yo, we got you on mute.
It's great. Thank you so much, Senator Ellman. Yes, we're so grateful for your partnership and your leadership of this very important policy, because it surely will save lives. So yeah, and then we'll see you at the finish line, and we'll see you in Springfield as well.
I can't wait. And thank you everybody for the support and Illinois still has a long way to go. We have more gun violence deaths than the U.S. average. So we certainly have more to do, at least for people 18 and under.
So true, so true. Well, thank you, Senator Ellman. We are going to move on. Robert, would you like to introduce our next guest?
The next speaker is actually me. Appreciate and thank you so much, Senator Ellman. Truly, truly appreciate you for championing this bill, the Safe at Home campaign. I just wanted to give a little bit more insight into the bill for those that are unfamiliar. Uh, it's no secret, and everyone on this call is fully aware that we have too many tragedies that have resulted when guns fall into the hands of children, at-risk people, and criminals. And there are numerous studies that show that unsecured firearms and lost and stolen guns are fueling incidents of not just intentional shootings, but also unintentional shootings and suicide, mass shootings and crimes all across our communities across Illinois. But the good thing about this coalition and the great thing about champions like Senator Ellman and organizations like GPAC and One Aim is that when there's a problem, there's also a solution. So, like Senator Ellman said, this bill, we can better promote responsible gun part ownership here in Illinois by enhancing what it means to safely store weapons in our homes and strengthen reporting requirements across the state of Illinois. So One Aim is 100% dedicated towards getting this bill passed. Like Yolanda iterated a little earlier today, One Aim is headed down to Springfield, and we'll drop in the link for our advocacy day. We're heading down to Springfield on uh, uh, May 20th. We're going to be leaving from communities all across the Chicagoland area and some downstate. Buses are fully covered, and food will be covered while you're down there in Springfield. So we're urging you to sign up for Advocacy Day to make your voice heard as we go down to Springfield, advocating for not just the Safe at Home bill, but also the House Bill 1710, which is the data transparency bill, also the cold case bill. So we're going to be going down to Springfield advocating for all sorts of gun violence prevention bills. Like Yolanda said, we wanted to make sure that we were making this as accessible as possible. So not only are we offering transportation and food and training that will occur, if you're a survivor of gun violence or an advocate 30 years or below, we're also offering a $50 stipend to help offset some of the potential costs associated with going down to Springfield. So please, please, please sign up for Advocacy Day. And once you sign up, send it over to your listservs, because we know that even though there's a couple dozen folks on this call, you all are connected to thousands of advocates and survivors and activists across the state of Illinois. So please also send this to your networks, letting them know that One Aim is going to go down to Springfield and show some force as we prepare to pass life-saving measures like Senate Bill 8, House Bill 3688, the Safe at Home campaign. So please, 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 again, can't stress enough how important it is for us to show that we not only have great bills, we also have amazing advocates supporting these bills, and we're willing to go down to Springfield to let our legislators know what we stand for and what we want them to champion. We might have one question. Let me see. Um, Thank you for that question. I believe the senator is off the call, but we'll make sure we get that question over to the senator's staff and respond to. So I really appreciate that. We're going to keep it moving. Want to also drop in the Safe at Home toolkit. So our team has created a Safe at Home toolkit for you to begin messaging your legislators and putting up social media posts and really spreading the word about what Safe at Home is. We're also going to share the Safe at Home fact sheet. In this fact sheet, you'll see key statistics on lost and stolen guns and tragedies across the state of Illinois. And then you'll also see how the Safe at Home bill seeks to alleviate some of those stressors that we see within our community. And we'll also drop in the evidence fact sheet. All of these tools that we're sharing are tools for you to be able to use while you're advocating for the Safe at Home bill. We've done a phenomenal job as a coalition with witness slips and educating our communities, and we just have to keep going. So, like Senator Ellman said, so we can see this across the finish line. In the meantime, like while you're gathering all this information on the fact sheets and toolkits, we're asking all of our advocates to write letters to your legislators, sending consistent contacts, and what could really shake the ground is scheduling in district meetings with your Illinois state representatives and senators, letting them know that you're standing as a proponent of the Safe at Home bill. Make sure that you're bringing your neighbors and your cohorts and your staff and your membership with you to again show some force. We really appreciate it. We're almost there. We're so excited to see this across the finish line. Again, we're gonna head down to Springfield around that time, around May 20th. So go ahead and sign up for Advocacy Day. All right. That was a lot of talking. I'm super excited for our next speaker, Paula Hamanek of Strides for Peace. Strides for Peace is an amazing gun violence prevention organization here in Illinois. They do phenomenal work all throughout the year. You might have seen or heard about them through their annual race to prevent gun violence. But without further ado, would love to present Paula Hamanek, and she's going to probably share a screen too. So team, make sure she has co-host access. Paula.
Hi, everybody. I think it was maybe a little more than a year ago I met Yolanda, and it was awesome to hear all that you guys are doing. And I've thoroughly enjoyed being able to be part of these calls and just getting a much broader sense of what all is going on in this space. So thank you all for that. What we wanted to talk today about was an opportunity that we have for everybody here to be able to raise money. So Strides for Peace has historically put together the Race Against Gun Violence, which brings us all together in a physical sort of way. And it's always a very hopeful, joyful event, and even though the cause of it is not, but all of us bringing our collective energy together is always just a beautiful, beautiful time. But our main goal is to help organizations be able to raise money. So that's kind of what I wanted to talk about a little bit, how to use the race to raise money for your organizations, keeping in mind that this is unrestricted funds that will be available to you right at the beginning of summer. And we all know that's right when things are starting to get really serious again. So hopefully this would then be able to help fuel some programming needs. That's kind of the goal here. So let me try to pull us up here. I'm going to share the screen. Let's see. Okay, so I think you can see that.
We could see it. Thanks, Paula.
Okay, let me pull this over here so I can see it. Okay, so just to back it up, Strides for Peace is, I mean, we're basically an umbrella organization similar to you all. And we bring together, it is a coalition of groups of partners. It's a collective impact of community organizations, all working to end gun violence, save lives, and build a stronger Chicago. Our vision, of course, is similar to all of yours, where we are all hoping for a Chicago where we can thrive and live free from the fear of gun violence. And we do believe that everybody in Chicago, you know, not just those of us who live in the neighborhood, not just those of us who've been affected, but every single person in Chicago has a stake in ending gun violence. And that's where we believe that the communities that are most effective do have the solutions, which is why we're like trying to figure out how to help each organization have more funding so that the awesome solutions that they have are able to be fully resourced. That would be our dearest desire. Okay.
Paula, do you mind
So,
putting it in slideshow mode just to make the screen?
sure. Now, how do I do that? Yes.
Right. If you look at the actual document right next to share, so actually it's on the go back to the screen. Yeah, you see at the very top right hand, it says slideshow right next to
share.
right next to it. Go to slideshow.
Nope. Oops, not that.
Right next to share, you'll see. Yeah, hit the slideshow button. Yeah, hit that.
Oh,
There you
look,
go.
you all are so cool. I'm old, you all. Okay. Okay, let me pull this back over. So what is it? So the Race Against Gun Violence is an annual event organized by Strides for Peace to unite individuals, nonprofits, businesses, and community leaders in addressing gun violence in Chicago. There are multiple race options. People can run the 8K, the 5K, there's a 2-mile walk, and there's a kids dash. It is more than a race. We think of it as a movement. The goal is to raise awareness about gun violence and community-based solutions. It's also to fundraise, as I've mentioned, for grassroots organizations working on the front lines to prevent violence. It's also to amplify the voices of the community organizations for a much larger impact. And it's also to foster collaboration and solidarity among nonprofits, businesses, and residents. I believe that you guys inviting us to come on here to share with everybody this as a resource does exactly that. We foster collaboration when we're able to find ways to share resources. So the direct benefits for participating. If you're a nonprofit looking to raise money, what you need to know is that the overhead is covered by Strides for Peace. 100% of the funds that are raised go directly to your organization. So we are out there raising money ourselves just to put the race on. But then any money that comes, like everybody has to pay the registration fee. And right now that's $35. If you're going to be a runner, then you pay to register to run. That money does not go to your organization. But if you are part of the race and raising money, the opportunity to get your own runners to build year over year, to everybody gets 10 free runner registrations per organization. And then all of the money that you are able to raise goes directly through Run Sign Up, which is our new platform, and it'll go directly into your bank account as it comes in. We don't get a portion of that. That goes all directly to you. Think of it like if you're going to put on a chicken dinner, okay? We all know those work sometimes and sometimes they don't. But before you can put on your chicken dinner, you have to buy the chicken, you have to have the tablecloths, you have to have the flowers, you have to do all the invitations. You get to avoid all of those costs and just get to the fundraising. So that's been our goal. And keep in mind, this should be something that you think about as your year over year donor acquisition and retention plan. This is how you get individuals involved with your organization. So we'll talk about that a little bit more. Oops. So at the moment, we have 30 organizations that have gone through the onboarding process because we used to have a different platform called Motive and they went out of business. We had to start completely over. So everybody has to go through the process of onboarding onto the platform. All that is entering your EIN, your bank account information, and then you have to set up like your teams, and you have to set up your, what is your approach can be? What's your strategy for fundraising? And we can help you with all of that. Last year, we had 80 organizations participating. 40 of them were raising funds. So far, we have 30 raising funds, and I have a feeling we're going to have a few more that join as we get closer to the race. Last year, we had just under 5,000 registered runners, and we were able to raise $250,000. We do have goals for the next 3 years also. We would love to see, 300 organizations participating. We have more than that who are working on gun violence initiatives. We would love to see at least 100 of those organizations raising funds. And we would love to be able to see at least 5,000 registered runners annually. Because if we do get there, we could start seeing like the bigger numbers of what gets raised across Chicagoland right in June. So if you're thinking about doing the race, you want to have 5 considerations. The first one is, who is your network? You're trying to come up with individuals who you're going to be connecting to your organization. So you want to be thinking about, where are the groups of people that love what you do? Who already knows you? Who would be willing to either run and raise money for you? Who would be willing to get the word out to their friends and family? Who's in your social media contacts, your board of directors, your churches, your block clubs, etc.? Women's groups, men's groups, reading groups, vendors, youth groups. Who comes to help out in the summertime? Would they come and like put together a team and raise money, maybe through their church, maybe through their youth group? Think about those things. Then, who do they know? Because who knows you and loves you already, their network is what's going to help you get to know new people. That's how you want to start building out your network. And when you're talking to them, you want to ask them a couple of things. You want to think very carefully about, first of all, would they sponsor your organization? Maybe they would sponsor as an organization, as a company. Maybe they would sponsor themselves. Maybe they would just give money, but maybe they would also be a walker, a runner, or create a team. So when you start having somebody being willing to put together a team, and each team member has a requirement for what it is they're going to raise for you, that's how you start getting the bigger and bigger numbers when it starts coming to funding your summer programming, for instance. You just want to be thinking, what is your vision? What are you raising money for? What is your need? What is your call to action? You want to be super specific. It just works a lot better if you're able to say, I'm doing this, this is the need, this is how much we're raising, and this is what it's going to do when that money comes in. You want it to be a thing and an amount, right? And you want to think also about who in your organization is going to cast the vision. First of all, within your organization, then who's going to cast the vision, to all of your potential runners and funders. And then you want to be thinking about who's going to coordinate your team with us on the day, who's going to be present on the race day, because it's very helpful to have a table, a booth, and then have a place for everybody to come and gather and be able to meet you and hear what it is that you do. And then you want to think about who's going to be able to do the follow-up afterward with all the runners and donors, because you just got potentially 100 new people interested in you. How are you going to pull in those relationships so that they become full-time donors? So then I wanted to show you just really quick a little bit about our new platform. This is through an organization called Run Sign Up. Okay, so there's a couple of interesting things I think this year. If you're on the platform as one of our charities, there's different ways that people could find you. If someone decides, well, I'm just going to donate, let me see, who do I want to donate to, right? They can go down here, and every organization that is raising money is on the board. And so you'd be like, oh, I want to hear more about Champs. So you go to Champs, and then when you decide you're going to give them a donation, you come down to the bottom, and they're donating to Champs. Whatever amount it is, it's going to go directly to Champs. If, on the other hand, you're just trying to figure out, well, who's all in here? Let me hear more about them. You go to any one tile and you view something about that organization. You can click on that organization and it goes directly to that organization's website. So each one has that opportunity. Then people can register for this organization, this charity, or they can donate directly here as well. There's some verbiage about what does that organization do. You can see who's already fundraising for that team, and you can see who are the teams, how much have they raised. You can join the team. And again, you can go to that charity and you can join that particular team. Ultimately, each team also has the ability to send out to their network a link or a QR code. So all of those are options. Inside on the website this year, we put all the information. So if this is just going by fast, and you're like, well, how do I learn more about this? You can just go to the toolkit and learn lots more about how to make the most of this. If you're an organization figuring out how to raise money, there's lots of different tips and things you need to know for the day. And then if you want to learn more, how to become a fundraiser, if you wanted to put together a group, and maybe you don't want to raise money, maybe you just want to come but you want your team together, you can put together a group and then send out that link to all of your friends who might want to join you. If you have somebody who might want to volunteer, you can click here and they can choose, what is it that they're going to volunteer. We need many, many volunteers to have the event go off without a hitch. Okay. So the next steps would be, has your organization been involved previously? If so, you're already in our system. I already have you loaded, but we need you to fill out your bank and EIN information if you have not done that. Then once you're on there, like you'll have your own tile, your own logo, you'll have the links that go directly to your own website, and then you're ready to set up your own fundraiser. So I just need to know from you, are you in or are you out? Let's get this done so you can start raising money. As you can see, we're already at $14,000 that's been raised specifically for the race already. Usually that doesn't come in until closer to June, so we're ahead of the game. So all of that money that's coming in, that's already in people's bank accounts. This can be happening right now. All right. And then if you have not run with us before, I need your organization name, your website, logo, and the primary contact person. And then I'll get you set up and we'll send you a link so that, again, you can fill out the bank and EIN information. And the reason we need your bank information is so that Run Sign Up can send you a check directly to your bank once a week. And then we can talk through how you want to strategize about fundraising, how you want to put together your campaign, all of those things. We're here to support you. So I believe we have one more lunch and learn if you wanted to go through this again. If, on the other hand, you would love for me to just walk through it with you individually, you wanted to get some thoughts about some ways to actually strategize who to ask, who to get involved, I'd be happy to talk with you. Please let me know how I can help you. And that's it. My last thing is just wondering if you have any questions for me that I didn't cover.
If you have any questions, please feel free to either raise your hand and we'll bring you on, or you can feel free to use the Q&A box located right next to the chat. Give a little time to see if anybody has any questions. I see one. Oh, that's Yolanda. I'm like, Yolanda has a question.
Sure. Yes, Paula, could you share, I find storytelling, the visual, very, very helpful for events like these. Could you just share some of your like favorite moments, a couple of favorite moments of you working on this program with partners on that day?
Well, on the day, it's like a family reunion because, here we see each other, on the Zoom. Well, then you all of a sudden get to see people, in real life. Maybe we've gone round and round and round trying to figure out the strategy for that particular organization for their fundraising, or maybe maybe somebody just had, a struggle trying to get on the website. So we spent a bunch of time, one-on-one figuring that out. But, after 6 months of conversations with people, you get to actually see people. And at that point, it's just pure joy, right? The money's already there. The money's already in. Now we just got to do the run. We got to and honestly, it's everybody out there just making their way around the circle of all the other tents and getting to see everybody that they only see randomly because we get so busy in our lives, So that's my favorite part.
Thank you. And how does this connect to your expo?
So the expo is in November. So the race is to raise money. The expo is to bring around resources. So the expo, I mean, we have other conversations happening on the stage, but primarily it's about making sure that all the resources are available to all the organizations. That's our goal.
Yes, I found when I went to Strides and then the expo, just walking around and seeing all the different organizations and picking up their cards and their resources, I was able to get connected with so many organizations I didn't know about, which is really important for coalition building.
Totally, totally. So I don't know, Yolanda, you and I are working on another project that everybody should just hear the word, Chicago Peace Week. That's part of the whole Gun Violence Awareness Month. And I know you guys are involved in some things. Of course, the race is a part of that. There's lots of other things we're going to be rolling out in the next month, basically letting everybody know that there's going to be hopefully a big push across Chicago to make sure that everybody knows all the big things that are available to help get everybody involved in something. So we're trying to make it kind of special. So you'll be hearing more and more will be coming about that.
Definitely, definitely. You can put me on Spotlight, Liam, along with Paula. So yes, Paula, the first week of June, including that Memorial Day weekend, is something called Peace Week. And so we will be sharing that information out with the coalition every single day of the month of June. We'd like there to be a different activity. So right now we have anything from like painting workshops. We're working on a poetry event. We have festival-like activities. Our coalition meeting will be open also to coalition members and just the public to attend. Because the more we can raise awareness of gun violence, the more we can help prevent it. And it's also about breaking that silence around something which there really shouldn't be a lot of silence about, especially since it affects so many of us. So yeah, thank you for plugging me to make that plug. I thank you. Thank you very much, Paula. And I don't have anything else. I think thank you for joining us. I think you are also a very informed woman. So you've given us a lot of information and things to think about and participate in. So thank you for joining us, Paula.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Okay, I'm going to give this back over to Robert. Robert.
Awesome. Thanks so much for joining the call, Paula. I can't wait to. I walk. It's like I can't say run. I can't wait to walk this year at Strive for Peace. It truly is one of my favorite gun violence prevention focused events all year long. So thank you so much for the work that you're doing for our community, helping to get vital resources to organizations that are doing critical work to save lives. So truly appreciate you, Paula. We've made fantastic time, coalition members. I just have some quick closing remarks to make. Then I'll let you all get back to your Mondays. It's nice out, so I'll let you get back out there. Super excited to re-announce for those that may have missed it the data bill, which is House Bill 1710. It passed out of the House and is currently an assignment in the Senate. The Senate has a 2-week break this week and next week. So House Bill 1710 won't be assigned to the Criminal Law Committee until then, but it's incredible news. It's a testament to the strength of this coalition and organizations and leaders all across the state of Illinois that got this bill through the House. We'll likely get it through the Senate and get it through to the finish line. This bill would undoubtedly, it's the data transparency bill, would undoubtedly help save lives. The cold case bill is back in review in the House. So TBD on that for future announcements on the cold case bill. As we stated, Safe at Home bill, which is Senate Bill 8, passed the Senate and will be in the House. So we're incredibly excited about that. You'll be on the lookout for more emails from us in terms of filling out witness slips and contacting your legislators to show your support as a proponent for the Safe at Home bill. And then my very last announcement before I let you all again get back to the rest of your weeks. One of our coalition partners, Chicago Cred, and their statewide partners are heading down to Springfield as well for their CVI rally. The advocates for continued investment, they're going to push for continued investments in public safety with a focus on the critical role of the Reimagined Public Safety Act, funding and building safer communities. They're heading down to Springfield on May 13th. I'll drop in 1 second. I'll drop in the email address that you can email if you have any particular questions. I'll send it. Actually, I'll send it via a follow-up email because I'm having a hard time finding it via my emails. But yeah, please be on the lookout for a follow-up email to learn more about Chicago Cred's May 13th. So put it on your calendar, May 13th, Advocacy Day. And with that, thank you so much for everyone that joined this call. Be on the lookout for more announcements from One AIM Illinois as it relates to training for Advocacy Day and Advocacy Day in May, as well as the events that Paula and Yolanda were just iterating on in terms of making sure that we're showing force in June during Gun Violence Prevention Month. Thank you so much. Appreciate you, and we'll talk soon. Brittany, can you get us some music to take us out? Thanks, Paula. Thanks, Senator Ellman staff. I see a few of you still on. Thanks for joining.